All right, hello, hello. We got some Rayforce today. Something not cave related. What the heck? Yeah, I actually have more not cave game clears than cave game clears, but it just so happens we've been in the mood for like Dodonpachis and stuff. But my whole channel is just Dodonpachis. But now, swapping to something way different. This is very much not Dodonpachi at all. This is like the premier pre-bullet hell game. It's probably like the best one. Like I'd throw like this air gullet. I guess Raiden Fighters, that whole series falls under that banner. But we learned this one. This one I heard was hard. And I didn't know quite what would be hard or what things specifically. So it was cool to jump into this one and figure it out. Right now we're about like 10 hours in. Maybe. It could be a little more. I don't have the timers right and all. But we got enough that I think we can clear now. So we're going to see how that goes. Let me make sure the chat doesn't double. Because I have this thing pop up down there. Let's see if it do be doubling on us. Test. Nope, my dumbass can't get it to show up here. Alright, let's see. But we just got done with the BAFS event, Scorching Hot Relay. There's like 17 hours of crazy run after crazy run, which was pretty sweet. And now I'm just excited though that we're finally free from Saidaio. I was getting driven freaking crazy by that game. I got very consistent in the Hibachi fight at getting to like 2%. Driving me nuts. Hey, I'm glad I could help, dude. That game's a whole lot of fun. It's got a lot going on. It's got a lot of mechanics, but I'll make it through. Make sure dump those hypers. Don't got 1.5 auto bombs to save you. It's scary. But at some point I want to do 1.5. See how hard getting into the next loop would be. But for right now, I think I like Black Label the most out of the Daifukatsu modes. Okay, I think the chat is working good and not doubling up on us. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna see if we die right away. So something weird in this game already is that there is a default auto fire. So like if you just boot up the game, you get automatic 15 hertz auto fire. But 15's not good enough. Like you can't just set something to like, you can't just set like a hotkey to do like 30 hertz. You have to like go into, oh yeah, Ketsui patch. I gotta mess with that. I don't know anything about it. I haven't messed with that one at all. I gotta see exactly how different it is. That for like the range soundtrack too, that'd be sweet. What's nice in this, if you play Rayforce at all, you know that's like hella not optimal what I just did. The good thing is the scoring extends are really, really easy to get. Like in just practicing, I reached like 35 in score when really like you just need 20 for both scoring extends. But the first stage is so easy that whoop, you're supposed to lock on that later. I found when you play like arcade version like this, you don't know exactly when your locks will go away. Like they have a set timer, you got like 5 seconds or something, and then the locks will stop working. So you need to like chain everything in time, but luckily everything you do for like survival wise, it's like extremely not strict at all. But like the whole gimmick of this game is you got the like Namco shoot the ground. But here you just move over things on the ground and it starts stacking lock-ons. So it's way easier than the like bombing stuff. Yeah, with the auto fire, it's if you just boot up game by default, you're 15 hertz. If you want 30 hertz, you can't just make a 30 hertz macro. You go into the BIOS, you have to turn auto fire off, and then you can make your macro, and then you get 30 hertz. And that's super huge, because like if you like do this fight right here with 15 hertz, look right here. With 15 hertz, you can't kill this thing on the left that I just killed. So it's like an enormous, enormous difference. All of the like middling enemies just explode when you do 30 hertz. And there's a boss like yeah, on MAME you gotta go into BIOS, kill the auto fire, and then put in your like MAME macro. I'm in RetroArch, so the auto fire is dog, so I have to do some like jank auto hockey thing. But what I've found in this game, so this game, it's not like you're not like playing a Gradius 3 or anything, or like some mad difficult thing. But I've noticed people like describe it as like a lot harder on average than other things. So I've been curious going into this what specifically makes it hard, and I got a better idea of that now. The obvious thing is being you don't have any bombs, and you have Tolaplan move speed. So, and like a pretty sizable hitbox. So like if you mess sections up, you explode. And there's no bomb to like bail you out of everything. But those are things you can work around really easily. The thing that I actually noticed is the Zakos. The Zakos in this game are fucked up. They're really, really mean. They behave very differently from each other. And based off like which one, you have to do different things. I've heard like Gun Frontier has the same thing, where the Zakos are the huge threat. But in this game, like you have to really know how they work. Or like most of them will like rush you down and get you stuck. Like they'll happily get to the bottom of the screen and just start blasting you from behind. And you just don't have the move speed, though, or like you're a straight shot the entire time. So I thought that was gonna be like a real pain in the ass or be scary. But like with routing, you solve those problems completely, and when you know how the Zakos work, it's not bad at all. Score-wise, we don't really care too much about score, but like if it's completely free, like nothing's happening here, you might as well. I don't know how to optimally do this. I think I was watching like the Icarus video, and I've seen replays where you just start blasting down there. You don't need to like hold locks and wait. Or I've seen like you like start that section in a spot. Here's the huge difference like auto fire makes. So the weird thing in this game is every time you damage a part, you like stun the boss. I almost died there. Like here, if we blow up like the back part or whatever, the boss stops. Every time you blow up any part, and that's like an enormous part of dealing with everything in this game. So like right here, if you're just doing damage properly, then it gets stuck here and moves on to the next phase. The longer like a phase goes on, the harder it gets. But like if you have a good feel for like right there, we're about to have to dodge lasers, didn't have to because we did enough damage. Like most of the bosses are like that, where you can actually stun them. It's not just moving on to next phase, like you could just stop them from doing things. Makes a lot of the bosses easier. The other thing that's interesting is I was thinking of binding like binding auto fire to your homing laser. But it takes a second to lock onto things. So if you just start mashing, you're wasting a lot of your lasers. So I found like this is actually like optimal. Like if you want to speed kill things, you like tap at a rate like that. The lock-on laser is really interesting because when you first start this game, you try to play it like Katsui because you want to stick your lock-on on all the grounded enemies, and then you just get blasted by them. So it's like you have to know when you're safe and when you're not to like run up and lock on. Here's a really scary enemy. Everything up till now is easy, but this one you have to do a certain way. Like these lasers you have to be watching for, and then this part happens. Whenever this part happens, I find you kill like 2 arms, and then you have to deal with much else, and then ooh, it should be dead by now. They'll just keep looping like that. But some enemies, what's interesting is like some of them are strictly background, and some of them will go from background to foreground, so you have to know which enemies you actually want to kill, and which enemies are just scoring fluff. This guy right here always assassinates you if you're not ready for him. So this was the first thing I was struggling with in this game, was this section right here, because there's a lot of those missile planes, along with like 3 really hard to get guys up here. So what I found is we slowly move here, we kill this one missile, and it gives us time to like lock onto those 3. These missiles, you can't like make a read decision. Like you move so slow that once you've decided to do something, you can't really like outpace bullets very easily. You can't like go back and forth, back and forth. You have to account for routing a lot. Here I've noticed you do a shit ton of bullet stealing in this game. Like a lot. If you're on the like same vertical lane or horizontal lane as everything, they won't shoot back at you. You do that so much in this game. This boss I was worried about, but there's a static pattern you could do. So the only way to damage it is lasering this thing down here. And if we do the same exact damage every time, then it does the same exact phases. Here's the thing where the auto fire matters. If you just play normally, then you can't actually kill these mines in time. What you have to do is you have to veer off to the sides, and you're risking getting hit by the green lasers. If you set up like 30, then nothing happens and you're good. But here's what we're gonna do. As soon as those blue bullets happen, you sweep everything. You hear that laser sound, nothing shooting. We're gonna wait a bit, and then we start shooting. Like, once you damage this boss to where it's like it's starting to enrage, and it gets to like its hard phase because it notices it has no health, it starts getting a lot harder. But if you pause right there, it starts this whole cycle. Whoop! It starts this whole cycle where it's doing like the easy pattern that you can account for, and you never get to see that one. A lot of the... Alright, here's the mean Zakos that I was scared of. You see these things? They like, when they spawn in, they track wherever your vertical position is, and then they just kind of float there. So if you stay at the bottom, they immediately go to the bottom. And some of them spawn very far on the side of the screen. So if you just hug the bottom, you'll get them coming from the opposite side of the screen where you can't hit them. And you just get annihilated as they stay on the bottom and just don't move and just start shooting you without you having a way to hit them. So you have to do these U's, and the ones that do spawn on the side, you like seal them by like going to the other side. So it's like in practice, once you know how to do it, it's really easy. But like when you're first running into those, they're super bizarre to deal with. Here's an example of like, you laser dudes in the background who will come up and become a problem. Something huge about this stage that made it so much easier is I found that these towers, as soon as you kill them, a shit ton of enemies spawn, the really dangerous Zakos. But if there's any enemies on screen, then they won't spawn the Zako waves. So like, anytime you have just these towers, you just hold your locks on them, you wait for enemies to spawn, like those tanks on the bottom, and then no more Zakos will spawn. It like gives you much less headache. Here too, like you could seal like those right tanks, and then you move over while you're high up, and these things won't shoot you because you've ended up sealing them. These we like hit like 4 of them, and then you just shoot the rest. This part I see like multiple strats for. But what we're doing is whoop, you want to stay along with these so you're sealing them, and we're waiting for that top left tank to show up. Because at this point, whenever we move around, these bottom tanks won't shoot us because we're still on their lane. And it's at a time where the like faster you kill that, the more of these enemies you get. And if you wait a bit there, then you can like move around those ones fine. But there's like strats where you don't kill the tower at all. These guys are pretty easy, even if you like don't kill them in time. You see how their like cannon is like offset? They have like limited ways they get. Ooh, that might mess up this part. Let's see. This boss is really easy with auto fire, but it might be dangerous without. Let's see. It's really fast. You kill it like immediately because you can just kill it in the middle or milk it for parts. But if you kill any two legs on like one of the sides, then they blow up. Here's like what you want to know in like their scoring sections like this one, where these don't come back, but the next ones, this V, will. So you do want to focus on killing all of these. We don't care for score, so we don't need to like work on like full lock-ons. This might get weird because our power's kind of whack. These guys shoot from behind you, but they don't aim on you, so you can like move around them pretty freely. This section's really not bad at all. And these enemies on the bottom, you're not in a rush to kill them because they never come up. They're like strictly for score. All you care about are these like green guys. If you get on top of them early, then you kill them fast. And then you see these guys, they just don't do anything. This is the actual segment of this stage. This highway here. So you can seal these by like moving on top of them. But your range, whenever you want to lock onto them, is about the range where they'll shoot you. But the thing that's good is they only shoot once. They just shoot once and then they face up. And then we got these. These you can macro entirely. Like you hold to the side and it doesn't matter. Like right here, we kill the ones on the left and then you just move. And it's fine, you don't have to worry about a thing. And we're just spamming laser, make sure they die. Because if you try to like get the full chain on them, then what ends up happening is like you do things like this, or you like wait to chain. These you can wait to chain. But like these guys you want to shoot, because if you try to chain them all... I went to the wrong side. Let's see if that's a problem. Probably not. Here we only get like one side of them, but because you can macro these, all you do is just wait and then go, and you're good. This stage I was worried about, it's pretty simple. Now this boss I spent the most amount of time on for any boss, because it's really weird. Well, if you kill everything in a specific way, you can make its pattern entirely static. This you have to go hella early. And we're just trying to focus on the right shoulder for the most part. And if you keep doing that, by this time, one of them dies and we're gonna weaken this left one, and then as this starts, now we get to kill the right, the middle, and then the left one dies pretty fast. Then you have to bait him up here, so that this pattern's psycho unless you bait him. And then you get to hug him and he dies. And that's like crazy consistent. Like really consistent. The only thing you have to worry about is when you're killing the like his right shoulder when he's like shooting down on you. That's the only thing you have to worry about. This stage shouldn't be too bad, but I'll probably die here at some point. This one's cool. This one has a lot going on, but it's got these Zakos once again, so you move in a U. These you just slowly sweep. I always forget if you want to go right to left or left to right on these, but they're so easy, they're fine. Every time you get to like one stopping point like that, you'll get like one, or then two, or then three waves. So like next one, I think we get 3 waves of Zakos. These tanks, I thought they would be like whew, I didn't do that right at all. That's why you want to stick to doing the use. You don't want to have to micro-dodge in a game where you can't micro-dodge. This section, I found the like order of operations of killing things weird. But I found that you always kill the ones on the right, and you let the ones on the left live. This is because no matter what, you can't kill the like left ones in time for them to not shoot these shots, so you just dodge them and you're fine. These guys shoot around you, so even if they live, it's fine. And these ones are so easy to chain that you just might as well do it. This tank down here is the hardest thing in this stage. It's not that bad, but it's terrifying. Watch for the blue ball. Look at the tank. Look at the turret. Blue ball, there it is. You gotta move. And you got these side tanks making these weird angles. I think at this point, once you kill the main cannon, you just focus on that, and you kill it before everything like stacks up on you. And this is like a long-ass hallway. So for score, I bet you just leave it alive, and you're constantly like chaining the little tanks it spawns. But since we just want to survive, we speed kill it, and then all we have to do is deal with these. These are really easy to deal with because they go straight in the middle. So you just line up with where their blue shots were, and then they automatically fall into you. This part's a bit spooky though, because we have to dodge these as well. Ah. That's probably one I needed to practice more. I'm like, I'll just YOLO it. Luckily, dying is not the worst thing. Like, your damage isn't that much decreased. Really, the issue is when you die, is you're losing a little bit of width. So when you're moving back and forth like this, you're like hitting them a bit later. So like parts like that, it seems like get scary. This part's like, I thought this one would be weird, but this was the coolest part of this stage. All of these towers, they have 3 parts to them. They have like the 2 pipes connecting them, and then they have you gotta target like the actual tower. It doesn't matter which parts die, it's just as long as all 3 parts die, then the whole thing will go down. Ooh! I don't know what happened there. Alright, we gotta adjust, that's gonna be scary. There's a lot of Zakos here, but then we should be done. It's really hard to get the power-ups on them. These guys, you want to kill like 3 of these turrets, and then you don't really have enough time to kill them before they could do anything. I'm not sure here, since our power is really low, how that's gonna affect it. It's just gonna affect first phase. We wait for left to shoot, and then we move. And we're really trying to kill this right side. If you like hug the bottom here, those mines will move off. Or you could like sweep them like this. You're just watching for like the panel in the middle. And then anything else that the left side does is like completely fine. These you kind of want to stop what you're doing and kill. Those start shooting spreads. This part I thought would be really scary. But it turns out it's... I mean, we'll see with our damage. These might shoot one. No, they didn't. These are homing, though. We're gonna get greedy, though, and try to sit in the middle as long as possible. We might be able... Yeah, we could kill that. Yeah, the music is awesome. The entire, like, presentation of this game is absurd. It's, like, really, really good. Like, this is easily one of the best-looking ones. What's not really, really good is this section. I don't actually have a strategy for this. They are really, really hard to lock onto. And they're a bit dangerous because they can't shoot you like when they're right at the bottom. Luckily though, at some point in the stage you want to die. This might be bad. We'll probably die here, to be honest. Woo. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, you want to speed kill that guy by forcing that, by sitting like right in front of him. So we just gotta be careful on the Zakos. What's nice about that last stage is there's a few really hard parts. I haven't actually seen this. We got a game over. Does that show how far we got? That's so sick. That's tight. We made it last stage on first credit, so that's pretty cool. But what's nice on the last stage, there's rank in this game, and you don't really manage it. The only time you think about it is the last stage. Because the final boss is really, really hard if you're max rank, and it's brain dead easy if you're anything but max rank. Here, we do a tiny bit of scoring here because we might as well. We actually like let one of those ships die, so you can lock onto both of these. I think if you're actually playing for score, what you're supposed to be doing is you lock on early to all the weak enemies to build up the multiplier, and then things with like a higher base value, you end off those. And like you can only be locking on as many things as you see the laser at the bottom. That's how many you can lock onto. So there's things where you'll like kill enemies early or whatever. Like here, let's see if we could get all the locks here. Hey, that's cool. This game would be pretty fun to play for score. Like here, I think you're supposed to kill the first tank. So you go lock onto everything, so you get the turret, which has more points or something. First stage, like, nothing shoots at you, so it's pretty fun just to mess with kind of how the scoring works. Like, you see that first tank we locked onto, we waited too long, so we lost the lock on that. If you play, like, the Ray Z version, they actually have timers for each laser you're doing. So it makes it really easy to know what you've locked onto and not. Or how much time you have. But the score is so easy to hit the extends that luckily we don't have to worry about it at all. In fact, what we should be doing, like on all the later stages, is you just be mashing your laser. I don't actually know how much you want to damage each of these parts, but with the auto fire on the main shot, it really doesn't matter. Like, you pop these sides instantly. You don't have to get this one, but it's free score, you might as well. But yeah, every single boss in this game, you kill a part, and it just stops whatever it's doing. Which is super interesting. Like, there's games where they go into a full transition later, but it'd be weird if you're playing, like, Dodonpachi and you're fighting, like, the tank or Stage 3 boss or something. And just, like, you kill one part of it, and then it just stops doing anything it's doing. These power-ups, by the way, are really messed up, the red ones. So they're not like Tolaplan, where they're ultra random. But how they work is, like, they fly off in whatever direction, and then they home in on your position, and then we'll just keep following that position. So if you're, like, streaming, like, left to right or whatever, they'll, like, go to whatever spot you're in, and then they won't stop, and they'll fly off. They're actually really hard to get when you're trying to recover. And, like, later on, the ways we deal with the Zakos, by, like, having, like, the later Zako spawns get sealed off screen, it means you don't get a lot of these. And they're worth a lot of points, they're like medals. But we don't have to worry too much. And recovery's not the worst thing. Like, I feel like starting, like, Metal Black. Now, I don't know how it is in Darius Gaiden, but dying doesn't seem, like, horrific, I don't think. I think you lose power level. Here nothing happens, so we might as well get some score. Like, they shoot these delayed missiles, which is fine. You just stay up there and you kill 3. Like 1, 2, 3, and then there's enough for the rest. These guys, we just have to watch for the Zakos, because the guys coming up from the bottom, you could kill them before they shoot. You, like, dump 3 lasers on them, and then something like this will happen, you get them all in one go. So the Zakos are really what you worry about. But it's also kind of like Metal Black in that you're, while you're using a straight shot, it's a really wide straight shot. So you hit things to the side of you pretty well. It's only like when you're low power that's kind of an issue. I think this enemy, you're supposed to, like, let it go up. You can milk all these parts. But we just kill it right away. I don't know the optimal on what to do here, but I think if you, like, sit right here, you're automatically on, like, 3 of these. You could dump everything on there. Aside from that, I don't actually know what you're supposed to do here for score. Because you'll look at how long it takes for your lasers to get down there. And if you kill something off screen, you don't get the points for it. You can lock onto things, and those lasers will count for your, like, later lock-ons that hit enemies. So, like, I imagine if you're playing for score, you have to be thinking about that a lot. Like, you're missing out on any points of enemies that go off-screen. But since all of your points are on the later parts of your chain, I think you don't mind if, like, one goes off-screen or not. Because just as long as the, like, core things you want are there. This boss is a real pain if you let it do anything, but once you know, like, how fast you can tap these, like, it'll do the lasers along with that spread right there. That become a real hassle. But it just dies. We're not even, like, this isn't even like an auto fire thing on this part. This is just using lasers right. Every time it transitions like that, that's because we did enough damage. It shoves it to the next phase. We just gotta make sure. I think all the places we're dived were from not being in right spots from Zakos. This is probably my favorite stage, mostly thematically. As worried as could be spooky, because there's some weird stuff, like the first mid-boss you fight is kind of mean, compared to everything else so far. These guys, you don't have to worry about if they shoot their bullets are really slow. Like, if you get something like this where some of them will shoot, or even then none of them did, it's completely fine. This enemy, I keep wanting to find a specific, like, easy way to kill this mid-boss. But I think you just have to do something like this every time. Like, we're just gonna not take damage so we could do this. Just make sure both the arms are dead for this part. Or, not get stuck like this. You could kill it before it does, like, loops back just like that. It's kind of adaptable, but it's also a bit spooky. Here, you really want to kill these before they do anything. They're the ones that shoot the missiles. And here, you don't want to be too high. Because it's, while you're locking onto everything, and if you're shooting like I am, you mask the bullets from that turret. From off-screen, that could jump scare you so easily. This is the hardest part. These laser power-ups are way easier to get because they just float down like normal. So we just go right here so we kill this missile enemy, and now these are completely free to kill. And we don't have to worry about anything else. Right here, if you're up top, you're on the same layer as these so they don't shoot. You even seal those like flying enemies on the left and they can't do anything to you. I don't think there's anything else in this stage we could shoot. Like if you just stay up top here right as they spawn, nothing hits you. And there's like a bunch of turrets and everything on... Oh, this might be scary. I went way too far to the left. If you just kill all the stuff on the right, then you don't have to worry about the left at all. But this is my favorite stage presentation-wise. Like floating islands, water, cloud, you got pretty much everything. This boss is pretty cool. Albeit like really static. Like I can't believe how static this boss is. I thought this game was going to be a lot more random in how you deal with everything. But if you're just going for survival, everything goes according to plan pretty well. For all the bosses. Like the last boss, if everything's going fine, it's really good. But here, you see the turrets on the sides of the wings? Like, we kill those cannons. If you hug here, then nothing shoots there. There's like a bunch of lasers, and then we wait. If we do too much damage right there and like push this to where it's red, then it'll start doing its harder patterns. But if you don't, now it's stuck here. It's like stuck in this phase, where it's doing really easy stuff, and it dies before it can ever get to anything hard. Like, this boss is really easy. It gets a lot harder if you're using default auto-fire, because those mines just don't die. You constantly have to go like left and right where the turrets are, so you might have to kill some of the turrets. Here, I can't imagine like in scoring run trying to get all the power-ups here. Because see, like if you go for that, you put yourself in a really scary position. It's really easy to get sniped right here. If we kill these towers too fast, like if I shot them right now, a bunch of enemies will spawn. But as soon as like anything else is on screen, like those turrets there, then like no Zakos spawn, it's completely fine. So that's like the main thing we just have to think about on this stage. I think we start from right to left. And we go here. Here's what happens if you like, they start spawning when you're too low on the screen. You get like weird motions. We gotta seal all these on the left. We didn't get to these guys right away because I was worried about scrolling the screen to where all the enemies off screen would start shooting. This stage I thought would be a huge wall, but once I kind of got how the turrets and Zakos work, then it's really not bad. Like, if you shoot these right away, it's so hard. If you don't, then it's really easy. And, like, right here, this section's Psycho if you go from, like, left to right. But if you go right to left, then they all move away and you're fine. It's just making sure you don't get sniped by, like, grounded enemies. Like, these ones in the middle can get you pretty easily, because you're wanting to hit all three of them, like the top ones, and then the bottom one will hit you. Or, like, you scroll the screen without, like, sealing those guys, and then they'll blast you. Like, other than that, this one's pretty simple. And, like, here, I thought this one was being really weird while learning it, but as soon as I'm like, okay, we just wait for that tank on the top left, and it's completely fine. Like, all you have to do is dodge that tank, and no matter what, you have enough room to dodge all these. Like, you just move up and then the rest spawns, so you're good. These guys, even if these guys live, they aren't a problem. Because they shoot, like, only in 8 directions. If you sit, like, slightly offset on them, they can't hit you like that. So even if they do spawn in, you're good. Alright, take your bets on how fast this boss dies. I could not believe, when I was looking up, like, replays, I couldn't believe how fast this thing died. Like, oh no, the lasers. Oh, it's over. It's so much harder if you play without auto fire. You have to actually dodge those lasers, and they're a real hassle. They just don't go away. It's actually horrifying how scary those are. Alright, these ones we actually have to think about, because these ones will come back and bite us. We just make sure to kill those. If we sit in the middle and just sweep side to side, see how these curve in? We, like, naturally get to all of them before they could cause problems. This one, I think you just stick to one side and you're good. Look how many points you get from those pickups. If you do this pretty well, these enemies that actually come up here, they only get, like, 3 shots off. If you, like, pre-position for them to come in, they, like, can't do anything to you. And all these guys don't do anything anyway. Let's make sure not to get clipped by some tanks here. Like, you sit on top of them to seal them, and then as you move to, like, laser their turret off them, you just make sure you're moving side to side. So when they do get, like, a pot shot off, you're fine. And as soon as they shoot their one shot, they're out of ammo, you're good. These you just macro side to side. Alright, here, we get one more wave of them, and then we move. You successfully macro everything, and you're good. These need to die. Almost went late on those. Whew. These, I think, if you want, you could hit them one at a time. It's the same story every time. Like, just the last one actually shoots, and then nothing happens. These we do actually want to kill right away. I always forget exact positionings on this part. I guess it's fine. It doesn't do too much. Even though you only get the one side here, you just then macro the rest of them and you're good. And that's it for the stage. And now we got this boss again. We're going to see if it's actually as static as we think. Really, the scariest part of this boss is just making sure this thing you evade. If you try to move right as it's about to shoot, you can get... It's extremely random. I've never seen him move like this before. He, like, moves so far. But the damage is the same, so we're still good. Just wait till they open up. We're good here. See, they, like, pause every time. This one, we have to dodge just a tiny bit, and then we can bait it, and we're fine. We have to make sure that we rush him down immediately. You can dodge this at the bottom of the screen, but sometimes they'll, like, hit weird diagonals. They, like, hit a weird diagonal, and then you're kind of screwed at the bottom. If you sit up top, like, right where the green is, you're safe no matter what. But you have to get there fast. Right here, I think we just have one wave of these. These, are scarier than I thought they would be. The turrets on the ground, or just everything in general that shoots up at you. Because I thought it'd be like in Thunder Force 4 or something, where they, like, shoot up and then they're not active for a while. And then once they reach the foreground, they hit you. But they become active incredibly fast. So you basically treat them the entire time like they're a bullet. Like, there's very little time where they're not actively... This might be a problem. Sometimes you have to move around like that. Wow, there's a lot of waves there. So we just make sure to kill everything on the left. All of these are baited. Really, we just care about killing the, like, options they have of the left ships. Oh, that's not good. This might be fine, actually. I bet we just hang out here. Yeah, that was good. These we want to shoot right away, regardless of chain. And then these are fine. And then let's see if the tank goes as good as it did before. Wait for the blue. We see the... Oh, that wasn't the blue. Damage might be slightly weird. Ooh, almost died to... Oh, is it dead yet? Do we go right, or do we hang out? We're sealing its bullets now, so we don't have to kill that tank turret. I think, how long did we last before we died before? This is a pretty good spot to have no miss too. This section's easier because our shot's so wide that they just curve in on us, so we're just looking at the sides of these blue shots, and then they don't hit us. This one's a bit scary. I wonder if you want to play aggressive here. Maybe we just kill one side and wait, and now we're good? That's probably what you want to do. You probably just get aggressive, kill one turret, and then you're fine. I forget what happens here. Oh, we got the, like, hover tanks. But here's ones where we don't go full macro. We just stick in the middle and try to kill them, because they try to get to the bottom and then sit behind you while shooting. Just kill all of them like this and you're fine. See, like that. We gotta wait for them to get off screen now or they're dangerous. Now, let's see if we do this section better. We're like pre-killing a couple of sections like this, so there's just one section remaining. And then we shoot it when we're ready to go. And the walls like defend ourselves from all the Zakos. If you kill these... If you kill all of them too fast, they actually regenerate. They're not, like, permanent. So you don't want to, like, kill everything ahead of time. Their shots can actually kill them, which is pretty funny. We want to delay here as long as possible so we can stream everything, because if you kill it fast, you see that, like, turret's coming up. It can, like, raise up right into you. We have time to get that? We do. We just want to kill all the options here, so that whenever we have to do this stream here, it's fine. And, like, the fourth option moves away before the boss. We're actually no miss so far. Let's not mess up this boss, so we're waiting till it shoots. Now we go. We want to stay on the bottom so these mines on the other side get pushed off. And then we got all this room over here to do what we want. I do want to kill those mines, though. They're slightly annoying. They curve up like that. But that should be the whole phase, pretty much. Gotta make sure these are fine. Now this one, let's see if we could do... See, some of our shots are moving like, are getting, like, whizzed off screen because we're shooting too fast. If we get a better tempo, then I think we kill it. Like, see, it's red right now. We kill it before it could do anything. What up, Metal Wolf? We're currently on no miss pace. We're on the last stage. Last run, I think we died like 3 times here. The problem is this section is horrifying. I think you just have to use intuition and just dodge based on what situation you put yourself in, because it's so hard to... Yeah, because that's the worst case scenario, is they get to the bottom of the screen and then let one go. But luckily, our rank was at max. And this drops it down, and the rank really goes up at like the end of the stages. And see, our power level's fine, even though these you have to get right away. These actually are a threat. We want to stream all those. These are terrifying, these missiles. You want to die at some point in this stage before the final boss. So the final boss is really easy. So we died earlier, which is... If we survive the next section, it's fine. And in fact, we have so many lives. I think we just brute force the game regardless. And these are the only things that are threatening on stage. So while we don't care for score at all, it's completely free to just shoot the shit in the background. Now this is the hardest part of the whole game, because before you get Zako waves in actual waves, but now they just constantly come. Like, you have dividers, like, by these special Zakos, but if you try streaming, like, left, right, whatever, it's just so freaking dangerous. So, well, I found what you want to do is you just try to hang the middle as best you can, and you have to make the judgment calls on whether or not you move up and around some of the Zakos. But what's so nice about this game... Like, I worry because you don't have, like, resources to do things with in this game, other than your life count. But because of, like, you want to die anyway for this final boss, it's like, okay, cool, you can die there completely for free. Like, I'm not fazed at all that we died on that section. Especially because right here, you get all these power-ups. You completely fill the max, like, easily. And, if you, like, are max rank, you go into the boss and then you die because it's hard at max rank, then you have to do the whole boss with, like, no power. But if you die somewhere earlier, the boss is easy, and you're fully powered up no matter what. I'm not even caring about chaining. You could do a better job. But look at our score. Our score is at like 3.5 mil. You need 2 mil to get the scoring extends, and like we haven't been scoring, and we're like way higher than that. This is the hardest part of the final boss. This boss, the music is tight. Let's not die to that. That's the scariest bit. As long as you survive that, you're good. And in fact, you can die there and you're still fine. I messed up, so we gotta dodge some Zakos now. If you're bottomed in rank, then you kill it before. Wow, that's just one shot. The rest of the boss is really easy. The music fucking tight. I don't know if it's just because I associate like really good pixel art with like SNES and like PS1 era like JRPG stuff. But I get that vibe a lot from like this boss for whatever reason. Probably the music. But here, this black hole section's really hard. You gotta deal with all the patterns, but if you just kill it like we did, then it never gets to that part. Now this part here, we want to shoot so that we're killing these shields, but we don't want to shoot all of the shields away. So we're gonna keep doing this for a while like hammering on the boss. And we're just focused on these pink shots. And then as we're kind of waning down on these shields, then we stop shooting. The reason being is once the shields are all gone, it immediately moves to the next phase. And that phase is, it's not the hardest thing, especially on lower rank. But, it'll go there right away. Whereas if you leave 2 shields floating, then nothing's happening and you get your final shots off. By the way, that's the game. Yeah, that route is crazy good. So the routes, like, eventually I'll do, like, a video on this or whatever. But, the route I found, some guy was like, I think it's like a Japanese player. Can't remember exact name. It's like Toman and something. And they, like, came up with all of these strats to make it, like, as simplistic as possible. And the only real things you have to worry about are all the Zako sections. Like, you have to make a couple judgment calls, but it's mostly on the Zako sections at the end. Like, all the ones like Stage 4, you just sweep by and kill it and whatever. But, the last one, since the, like, route's so easy, like, going into the last 2 stages, you can, like, die, and it's fine. And you want to die anyway on the final stage. So, this game, which I thought was gonna be terrifying, because no bombs, can't cheese sections, and you have to route it, since you don't have room to like improvise dodging, except on like those very last sections where you're forced to. But it turns out like the consistency route lives up to its name, and it's mad consistent. Like that last credit we did, not this one, was my first full credit. Like I just grind save states forever, and then we like jump in once I'm like feel comfy enough with each stage. So that was like one attempt we fucked up in the stage 6 and 7. And then next attempt, we last with like a few lives left. And then we died in spots that we wanted to die anyway. Like we died on the 2 hardest sections of the game, so it's like it's pretty consistent. Also, this ending's freaking tight. I've been going over. All the shmups have like everything has like the, well, we ended the game, but at what cost? Because we blew up our ship, whatever. But you usually get like rescued by whatever like faction you're with or whatever. That's like in every shmup ever made. This one, I think you're dead. I think it's a suicide mission. Like the whole plot of this game is some mofos took over the Earth. I think like AI took over the Earth or something. And you're pretty much going in and just killing it before it spreads and goes around and like kills all the space colonies that humans are on. But I think you're in like Earth's core. You blow up all of Earth, and I think you're fucking dead. I think you're smoked. We actually got that way faster than I thought we would. I got to a point where I felt this is how it works with every run I do, where it's like I'm doing save state practice and I'm not like fully confident in a section or another. But then something will snap, and then you suddenly realize you're like, wait a minute, I I think I know all the sections of the game. So I guess we hit that point for this one. This one, I thought it was gonna be terrifying, but it really didn't take that long. Yeah, Katsui goes pretty ham with the story too. That was the first cave story I knew about. Like before I knew anything about Katsui, people would call it like that's the like suicide mission game. I really like that factor in the shmup stories. Like like you look at Daojo's cover and like Daojo's cover art is just your ship's fucked and you're bleeding out of the cockpit and like and your like doll helper person is like off on the ship all messed up. Like that's like a really fun vibe for like hardcore shmups. It's just showing there like, here it is. Here's what we expect you to be. We expect you to be fucking dead in this game. Same with like Katsui. Like the Katsui story is like paramilitary groups way too strong, so the government has to go fuck them up. And but the government doesn't want to be responsible, so they steal that military ships, sends them off on a suicide mission so they can claim that like, oh, this was a rogue employee or some shit. So like your pilots know they're gonna die. And it's not just pilot, it's pilots. And it's like you consider it's like both ships. Then like you're sending like 4 people off to go die. It's like that stuff's fun. If you haven't ever looked into Esperade for no reason goes extremely ham on it. Like I think Joker June, I think, like behind that. So he went like full tilt, like proper full on full ass manga story for just like the background of that game. That's one we might try a credit of that just to see at what point we're at. I keep learning Esperade and then getting distracted before doing runs. And then going back and learning Esperade and then getting distracted. I have to do a full run at some point to finally clear that. I want to clear all the S games. By the way, so if you were not around 2 days ago, there was Bath's event, Scorching Hot Relay. It was 17 hours of schmupping and really good schmupping too. It was a good time. But I participated in it and I gotta show you what happened. I gotta show you what happened here. So we were trying to kill Hibachi, get to Hibachi, and this is what happened in the run. So we're on the final boss. We have no more bombs, and we can't die one more time or else we miss the Hibachi requirement. Look at the life bar up here. This is how close we were to the Hibachi requirement. Ah, yeah. You can't see it on this quality, but like this game, it when you have 1 pixel remaining, it fades in the pixel, so you get a more better understanding of like your exact damage, and it's like ultra not transparent. I thought that shit was so funny. We like got to literally right here. I fucked up big time because the one thing I was worried about going into it was I noticed in practice runs that sometimes I would fuck up the very beginning. Well, thanks for tuning in on that, dude. I noticed that I fucked up the very. Usually, every time I do this pattern, what I do is I dodge this first one and then I go into the rightmost lane. I carve through the middle, but I was too busy yapping and not thinking. And then I was like, oh shit, I don't have anywhere to go. And if you hyper here, you're so fucked. I'm like, ah, that was like the spot I knew that was gonna kill me in that run. It's really funny how that worked. But that was pretty amusing. But I knew that like that game's super volatile. So I knew that getting to Hibachi might be like 50-50, plus since I was like yapping the whole time. So I was ready not to get there, so I'm pretty happy with that run. Plus it's pretty exciting. Wasn't expecting to dodge the stage 5 boss, the first phase. Alright, so we got the 1cc, and I think that's about I'm pretty happy with that. That wasn't like a throwaway 1cc like fucked up everything. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna YOLO like a S-Braid credit and see what happens. A 10 was playing S-Braid. I haven't seen Yusuke played for survival. So that was cool. Or not survival, for scoring. And it's interesting comparing that because I played JB. So here's what we're gonna do. Rayforce 1cc. Success. Now throwing in random S-Braid credit. All right, so here's the plan. We're clickbaiting everybody in the future who wants to see Rayforce, and we're baiting them into more caves. More caves. By the way, if you guys are do you guys, what games are you guys up to? I've been just picking up like I've been just playing like whatever I felt like at the time. And that ended up being like I was interested in doing like hibachi shit. But I noticed like last time a lot of people are like talking about Rayforce. And I was like literally just looking at Rayforce, so I like hopped in, did this one. I don't know what to do next though. I have like a shit ton of options of stuff I want to do, so I'm just picking what to do now. One of them was a S-Braid, so we're gonna fuck around on S-Braid. Let's see if I need to adjust any of the cheater stuff. I cannot stand RetroArch at all, but it's got god tier latency options for you to cheat, which is tight. They should stop being white now. Yeah. I'm like, I want to use MAME so badly, but this shit has run ahead and frame delay. That's so OP that I can't do MAME. I was gonna do MAME for SDOJ because there's the coffee poke fork. And the coffee poke fork is way more accurate to the timings. And there's no jank from doing the latency stuff. But it's still just like one frame too laggy. And like, that's enough to like drive me away. So we're stuck using RetroArch. Which we got a decent enough grasp on it. Let's see if I'm not sure if the controls are right. Actually, I gotta turn off auto fire this game. This game's really interesting because every cave game you use the same layout. So like first button shot or hold to slow, second button bomb, third button auto. That's just how it is. But like for this game, you're constantly using your special shot. So I found that if I'm holding like third button auto and then constantly tapping, letting go of the special shot, and then also tapping, letting go of slow, I find I have a real big problem doing that. Like it gets in my head. And like I feel like I'm good at that stuff because I play Batista in Undernight, who does a lot of negative edge stuff, which means you're like holding buttons like for times while doing other things and then releasing them at certain times. And I play Zato and Strive, so I thought that kind of thing would not bother me, but it does in this game for some reason. So what I found that I like in this game, this is the only cave game where I like mashing for shot, because then you only have to worry about 2 buttons and like a bomb. We just turn into a 3-button game. This might be pretty loud. Yell at me if this ends up being too loud. I already fucked up. We gotta restart. This game has things you could do right before. So if you're curious about like boring stuff, what is it? I think you hold. You gotta like hold a button. I think do you hold start when you put credit in, or nope, that's not it. That gets the config. Let me look up real quick. There's like a thing you can do right before the game. It's kind of like Rising style where you like set up some shit before. I wonder if I change the YouTube name to like now Espray, does it like fuck everything up? Does it let you just swap? Or is it like kill chat? I'm not gonna mess with it because I worry about the VOD exploding if I do that. But let me look up real quick. So if you, as you put in a credit, let's see. Let's see, I'm on a Shmup Wiki. Miss penalty, unlockable secrets. Hold B before pressing start after inserting the credit. Okay, so here's how that works. So we're in. So we're in here. You put credit, you hold B, you press start. That sets up a thing. This game is like random stage order. It might still be slightly loud. Let me know if that's too loud or too quiet now. Oh, I gotta make this not pause when I click out. And then depending on which button you pick, you get a different stage order. If you just pick like primary, then it just randoms it. And B and C will get you exact stage order. We want the school second, because the school is really hard on as the third stage. It's worse for score, but I found while you do have to think about score a lot more in this game versus like other games. Right, let me... Here, let's do this. Bump the sound a little bit. That's probably... should be around what the Rayforce sound is. I remember before knowing shmups very well, when I was like first looking at Cave, the scoring made absolutely no sense to me in this game. Now though it's pretty straightforward, and once you get how it works, it like just works for everything. You see the thing we did at the very start of the game, where we like held B and then hit start? That makes this thing right below that, like in the top left appear. Whenever you start a chain, that's just a timer. You don't have to think about it very much. Like, a lot of people don't use it. But, it's kind of nice for info and stuff. These things are pretty cool. I think the optimal strat, you sit back here so you kill, like, the one enemy. I say optimal, I mean, like, optimal for doing, like, a bitch run. We're doing, like, a survival run and just getting enough score for the extends. Oop, messed up there. You, like, clear out a couple of these so you got a clean line to the middle. Oh, I messed that up. That's something I'll have to mess with. I gotta come up with a better way to do that. The way I saw Pan doing it in the event at the relay was pretty good. It's probably not too unadaptable for to swap it over to Yusuke or JB. JB's interesting because you do like jack shift for damage with your spread from far away, but when you're close up, it's completely fine. This boss we're gonna make a lot easier by we're just gonna ignore scoring these like enemies up here. If you point blank with JB, you actually do quite a bit. And we're just killing this, you can kill all 4 of the wheels. What we're doing is we don't really care for the wheels. We're just killing that right one so the turret goes away. And then naturally we get pushed to the left one because of that pattern there. And once it phase transitions, you kill that. So now both of the front wheels are gone and we haven't had to dodge anything. And now it's about dead. I'm gonna try to get the cancel because it's cool. Ah, we didn't get it. I like, I wish in all cave games we had the Escaluda, like, warning sound when you're about to kill it. It'd make the cancels in this one a lot easier. If, you will get the full cancel on the boss, you get, like, a shit ton here. I think here, if you don't get the cancel, you get the 16 on, like, on that, like, power-up carrier, and then you're good. But what I thought would be really hard in this game about, like, doing the score stuff, I thought it'd be real difficult because each enemy has different health, and you need to get every shot on it and then kill it for you to start your chains. So I thought it'd be difficult, like, getting a sense of which enemies, like, can take which amount of punishment before you need to, like, use shot or whatever. But it turns out all of the big enemies, you just dump one thing on them, and then you start shooting them and you're good. Like, it just works. This boss is way easier on stage 2. So, like, you literally just sit on him and he dies. Unless you're like me and you position it wrong. Luckily, look at our bombs below. Look at how little bombs we lost. I think bombs are the best. I don't know the best cave bombs, but they're probably in this game or in one of the Escaludas. These bombs are absurd. The only thing I don't know is I don't know how the recharges work. You can plan, like, setups for them and shit. Like, you can set it up so you know when exactly you'll get bomb recharges. I just don't know when. You really want to cancel on that enemy, I think. Because these enemies here, they explode, so you, like, immediately, so you can't, like, dump all your shots on them and get, like, a big chain going. You want, like, a big chain on the big enemies, and then you just keep going. Now, this boss, for a while, I was playing, like, I was playing this as stage 3 because all the scoring runs do that. But this boss is so much easier. It's unbelievably easier as a stage 2 boss. So, like, you see the life bars at the top? If you fight him first, he's got 3 life bars. If you fight him now, he's got 4 life bars. If you fight him on stage 3, then he's got the full 5. And the patterns in general are harder because it's later on. But, like, look at here. Every time he spawns these options, you just kind of sweep across and they all die. It's probably more complicated if you're playing score. And you can kind of react to his animation to know, like, which attack he's going to do for the in-betweens. But at this speed, they're so reactable, you don't have to worry. And this boss, you don't have to bomb at all. The stage 3 boss, we have to bomb. And you could technically do this one stage 3 without bombing, but it's like a huge endurance. And these are so slow. You fight them stage 3 and those are like instant. You need to be ready to like tap immediately. Here though, it's fine. And like, I'm not even trying for the cancels, but since the majority of your damage is from your special shot, when we're at a distance like this, because most of our shots are whiffing, odds are you're gonna be having your special shot on him, because he's so tiny, that you like accidentally get 16s on him. So like, how this whole scoring in this game works is this special shot, these like thick grenades you're shooting out, you dump all of those on an enemy, and then if you kill it with your shot, you get a multiplier chain for how many of those are currently exploding on it. So the whole idea is you, like this enemy, you dump your special shot on it, you use your shot, and if you successfully dump your entire special shot on it, and then shoot it with your shot, it starts a chain, and then everything you kill will be multiplied. So like right here, this big enemy, you dump everything, now we got 16s. Everything we're killing gets 16s. It's easier or harder depending on the enemy and how much damage you do. Like the big enemies like that, really easy, you just dump one on them and you start your chain. These medium-sized enemies are way harder. We need to be on the other side. Luckily, they don't shoot at the bottom. If you get this stage 3rd, this tank exists. This tank exists not any other time. So, like, here's the energy recharge. I don't know if, like, if there's a check at certain points in time, or if there's a timer. Because if you're out of bombs, then instead of dropping the score items like usual, they'll start dropping like those. So this game, I don't have this game, like, specifically routed yet. That's why I haven't, like, done something on it just yet. But I'm at a point where you could feel your way out through these stages. I know these stages well enough to just get through them, but I really need to learn the like exact consistency route. I think with here, you want to start these boats going from like right to left. By the way, this is like, I think this is one of the best looking cave games, because I don't know, I think the vast majority of it is still sprite work. Before, like, they're really good at doing pre-renders. Cave is, but like here everything's still like completely sprites. For the most part. Like, I think these guys aren't, maybe? I don't know. Like, it's freaking gorgeous. This game looks so good. My only issue is this has like some of my least favorite bullets in Cave. But I don't think it's the bullets' fault. I think it's the player model. I learned yesterday during Tan's run that I think your hitbox, it's not just weird because you can't see it, and it's not just weird because your character's like moving a lot, so your like sprites constantly changing. I think it quite literally like moves depending on like if you're moving right or left. I don't think your hitbox is like a circle that just stays in the same spot. So I really need to like watch maybe like the M2 port with like let's see if we could dodge this. This one's fun. Nope. This is like a planned bomb usually. But like you sacrifice like making stage 2 really easy. Yeah, this theme is like I feel like the crown theme of this game. Like when they're doing like M2 arranges, they like they arrange the living shit out of that theme. There are so many of them. Like the final boss theme in the PS4 version is so good. Like the remix they did of that, and just for like all of them in general. Yeah, the small bullets are a thing. It's like you don't get like a. Ooh, that might be dangerous. Here's a one-up. You just sit on the right side of that train when you hear the sound. You don't have time to see the item. It just flies past. So I've seen people like plan bomb this because you bomb it, and then like it means you have a set time where you could be prepared for these guys. I think my frame rate dipped. I think we're good now. I don't know if that's in-game slowdown or my ret charge fucking up. I might have messed up. Let's see. This is a cool safe spot. And you're good as you move down. And it like auto 16s for you. And before the like left side train can do anything, it dies. And then you kill the left train completely. I saw this strat and then I immediately relearned the game because I thought that one was so cool. I don't have anything else that tightly routed though. It looked like that spot had a lot of leniency though. This one, I think, so we're gonna get like the big ships and these guys. I think you prioritize the small enemies because they move around in annoying places. This one you could get like one on the big enemy and then shoot the small. Ooh. Here, we're not even gonna kill both sides. We're gonna pretend we're playing Garega and just let one of them pass. It stops shooting by the time it's like really getting to the bottom of the screen. All you're worrying about are these blue bullets. This right here, I used to struggle with this, but I found like ooh, I died. Usually you want to die on the boss. The boss is really scary here. I found if you dip your shots in between two of them, your shots have a huge lingering AoE. Let's try to get power in time. This is the really scary boss. This boss, you have to do a lot of dodging. So I started with Toho games, and then moved on to Cave and other things because I really like the memorization factor of these. Like, I really like finding the choreographed dance you do with the game. And so this game was always scary to me because you have sections like this where you just have to know the best like dodging philosophy on how to deal with everything. But like ultimately you still have to like dodge stuff. It's not like you can memo something. Which makes it really cool and unique as in the like cave library, but at the same time it gets really scary on bosses like this, especially with the funky hitbox. I wish I had like the PS4 version for the hitbox viewer. And really just everything that Sai has. Sai is really good. That's the PS4 version. Here we're kind of sitting on the... We kind of want to hide on like the right arm for most of the time. Even if our power shot is like whiffing a lot of the time. Because that's where you get the like least amount of shit you have to worry about. This one, you want to... Ah, that sucks. This one you want to be as high up as possible. Because as it goes further on, they expand. Whereas as if you're high up... Let's see if we can dodge this. In the area that covers less. This is the one I just have to bomb a lot more. Like when I end up doing like super serious runs of this game, you have to not be a hero like that and just say fuck it, we're just gonna bomb the hard patterns. That's why I haven't done runs of it yet. I get stubborn and wanna dodge them. Yeah, this boss, it's like what's nice is the way they like color scheme everything for the bullets. It makes it like the pattern recognition pretty like, it's very, very clear like what's shooting what and when in this, so it makes you be able to recognize like what to worry about like on that boss really well. This one, you want to speed kill everything as fast as possible. Let's see if we mess up the tank. I don't know if I remember how to do the tank exactly. You want to bait the shots there. Every 2 times it's gonna do... Oh, I messed up. Luckily it should die. You want to speed kill it fast, and since we're JB, you want all your shots on it, so you want a point blank. Thing about this game is your shot and your hold shot are exactly the same, because I think we want to be on the left here. Let's fix ourselves. There's always a clean lane like this. It's just the Zakos there that are a problem. You want to hang out here on the left for a bit, I think, so you kill the like leftmost tank. So when you're dealing with these, you're just dealing one at a time, I think. Then we gotta break for a while. This stage has where this is technically the final stage. It's these things that are the real problem, just because right here sometimes purple bullets don't align very well. It's this part right here that I'm most scared of. Ah. I think you want to be higher and then be moving down. Ah, that sucks. So we gotta just clear out everything. We'll just seal it for a bit and then we'll come back for revenge. So we didn't get to kill these very fast, so I'm not sure what happens here. We probably just bomb, or we're just fine. The blue bullets aren't fast at all, so you could just hang out in front of it. That's pretty adaptable even if we fuck up there. This eats like 2 charge shots, and then we want to stream everything from left to right. And then everything from right to left. Everything's aimed on us. And all you have to worry about are the red shots, I think. And then here, I think this part's probably like mad juicy if you have a decent chain, and we actually got a decent chain somehow, I don't know where. Alright, you wanna know how to fuck up this boss? This boss is like really, really hard. But I found this strat's fucking hilarious. So you have to constantly go back here to knock the dudes off the back, so there's less problems. We do that like twice. I just make sure I don't get snapped. If you do like these timings, then you're fine. And we wait for it to move to next phase. Like right here, it moves next phase. We wait for full charge. It completely murders it. And then it dies. Oh, we only got 10. So you spend a little bit of bomb meter and that whole boss is completely free. Oh yeah, Metal Wolf. If you, the mech boss in this one, or Rayforce? We fucked up bad on the mech boss on this one. We did good, and then we died like 3 times at the very end. I already fucked this part. I actually haven't labbed the exact route for this stage yet. That I suddenly am realizing that I haven't done. Yeah. So I just gotta try to remember what I've seen in replays. I think what we will do here is we just hang out in the middle. Yeah, the mech boss that we died 800 times on, we're actually gonna get it extend fairly soon. I think you stay in the middle, then you move off to the side, and then you're just dipping to the sides. You get into the middle to kill the big guys. And then I think once they start bouncing, maybe we're going to the right too fast. I think you do want to use your special shot here as well. Then we need to misdirect. It's a lot easier if you don't fuck up the timing like I did. Because there's a pretty noticeable gap between this section and the last one. Like, there's a part where it's really easy to make a cutback. You don't have to, like, execute or anything. I'm really bad at chaining these. Let's just say fuck it. We hit the extend anyway. That'd be funny if we clear on this one. This boss is horrifying though. This boss is harder than like the whole game. This, sometimes I feel like awesome dodging this first pattern, and sometimes I feel like this pattern is just a dick. So it's like easy at... Oh, I don't know why I went for that. This is where you really want your hitbox viewer. You stick in like a purple lane, and then you just focus on like the blue shots. And here's the alternate attack. So first phase, it gives us like the easy versions of both of these. And then once we half its health, it gives us the hard versions of each. So like now we're on second phase, so now it's harder. This is the one you usually want to like bomb both, really. But it's fun to try to dodge this one. Woo! Should've bombed. Greedy. Let's see if we go last. This pattern's not so bad. The other one's not the worst thing either. But, we're getting stuck. Hey, 16's for good measure. We're just gonna have a bomb and shit done here. This pattern is the one that surprised me the most. Because this shit looks like some Toho non-spell that's really easy. But, like, the gaps are fucked. Like, we got really easy ones there, but the gaps are actually horrifying. They're, like, really, really scary. Ooh, we got lucky there. Still have the bomb. Luckily, she doesn't have, like, a bomb shield until the last pattern. So, honestly, I think when you go for actual runs, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to just do good the whole game, and then just bomb her ass. This one is really easy, but weird, because the blue bullets are... I fucking got greedy again. Next run, we're just gonna bomb everything, fucking... Yeah! The blue bullets are really, really thick. Like, once you're going, it's, like, completely fine. But for some reason, I'm always jump scared by how big they are. What pattern is this? Oh, I don't actually know how to do this one. It's not bad after you get past the initial bit. I don't know how to do the initial bit yet. Because, the red shots are... Ooh, did we... Ooh, I think we would have died there. This one I don't remember the pattern for. We're tapping the whole time, you need the speed. Oh no! I've miscounted. Alright, we'll do another one. And we'll actually use our bombs on the stage 4 boss and the stage 6 boss. Alright, good job. Fine, we'll actually use our bombs. We got, like, the best bombs in Cave. Alright, and then we hit C, so we get our right stage order. Yeah, honestly, with this game, with how good the bombs are in this game, you might as well, and you get recharges somewhat frequently. So we scored pretty badly and hit both extends, which is fine. You can get power-ups really fast on this stage. I don't know what determines how many power-ups you get from all the enemies that drop them here. But that's such like a micro-optimization for score that I haven't really worried about it too much. Like, I really just care about surviving this game. It is cool, though, that, like, this game's like Katsui, in where, like, because of the nature of you using the shot all the time, no matter what, you're engaging with the scoring system, even on accident. So it's kind of nice as, like, a survival player. You get, like, some interaction with the scoring system. Let's see if we do this right this time. Oh. Maybe we blow off the front, too. And then we do it. Yeah, maybe that's more consistent for the time 16s. These are super satisfying. It's nice because there's like nothing else bothering you except for like one Zako. Maybe you like do one charge shot and then just shoot tap once, you get 16s, and then you charge shot the actual like durability of the whole thing. The last run, I think we no-missed the stage 4 bot. Actually, we got clipped somewhere silly. And then we just threw all of our lives away because we wanted to dodge for funsies. I get something good. Here we just want to kill both the treads. Just this first one on this first phase. And then we just focus down the middle. Originally I was hitting the treads in the back, because you could kill all 4 of them. But this way, you don't have to dodge like a particularly annoying pattern. Like here, and both treads are dead, you're point blanking the shit out of it. The only thing you have to dodge is this, which is like nothing. And there's nothing else attached to it. And then you just dodge this for a little while, but nothing overlaps, it's just one at a time. Because we got time 16s, it's gonna be pretty good. Let me move something over real quick. Yeah, pause the game for just a second, and we're back. That was me just loading in the state of my cheated pass run. And now I'm gonna try to play it off like I'm actually playing right now. I green screened in the live cam, so the screen that it looks like I'm playing on, it's all fake. Wow, look at all these 16. All the things on, I think you want to shoot this for a bit, and then put your 16th on it, so the rest of these get 16. I'm not sure the exact rules on using your power shot. If you get like a, once you got your chain started, if using your power shot can also give you a multiplier, or if it's just strictly shot. Like for starting your chain, you have to use normal shot. Let's try not to bait this wrong. So these pink shots are baited. You do, okay, that's the movement you want to do. That's like a static movement, and then before you have to dodge anything else, it's dead. It's fucking dead. I think even if you play it on stage 3, you pick this stage as your stage 3 option, I think it's still like it's not bad like that. I do think you have to dodge a little bit more. Hands got weird hitboxes. I never know what to do here. For once you see this big plane, it's like easy to chain on him. I always mess up the chain on this big tank. I feel like it's pretty squishy right there. I feel like it should have more health than it does. This stage is really easy survival-wise as a stage 2. Like I feel like stage 3 as stage 2 is a lot harder. I got this guy. I was struggling so hard learning this game, having this as stage 3 boss, now he's so free. I need the thing is we are, while we're hitting our power shot a lot, like you're saying, we're just hitting like the very first shot of our spread on him. So like our default shot isn't like doing shit. I'm really curious how fast you kill him on like Yusuke. I picked JB because whenever I was looking up runs, I'd consistently see people, like I think Asagami posted like this is probably the easiest one to use JB to get through the game. But like they were talking on Relay yesterday that the bosses live for a lot longer when you use JB because of your spread. And since you have to like point blank, so you see extra patterns on JB. But from what I've noticed, I think that really only matters on at least for this specific like doing survival. I guess that really only matters for a stage 4 boss and the final boss, of which the final boss would just bomb the fuck out of. So maybe like, I don't know, I'd have to play Yusuke just to see, just to feel out what the like difference is. But Yusuke also seems cool. I forget the name of who's the little girl character. She's like dog shit for survival. She does like no damage. If you play like for world record style scores, this game without like the Psy update is ultra busted because you can't time out the bosses really. And like you play the girl, and then her like power shot, you can just skim one hit of it on all of the bosses. And it like doubles the length of the game. Because you just milk the living shit out of all of the bosses. It's kind of crazy. I didn't have any route for that. I'm just moving around. I'm not sure how tanky this boss is. This one, it seemed, that's what I think the second one should feel like. What is the name of the third character? I can never remember names. Here, I think we want to be up here. No, that's in the next section. Everything, like, combines in the middle right here, so you shoot, like, a power shot, and you kill absolutely everything. You have to, like, kill one side at a time or anything. I don't know how the times the 16s on these. Yeah, Iori. I've seen survival runs with her, but I haven't seen any benefit outside of, like, wanting to play a girl. Like outside of for survival purposes, for score you like have to use You don't have to because of or like ultra optimal you do. Ah, this is what I forgot. You can kill both of these at once by hanging out in the middle. You sit like one charge shot on them, and they both explode. But that's something I like in a. Oh yeah, the shot like the shot being like not quite the wide shot of like JB, but the like being like the straight shot that is wider is definitely something nice. It's literally just the damage that makes me sad. There's a way you set up this boss so it's really easy, and I don't know it. You basically kill one side and then move to the other, and then you pick the parts here, and then it moves on to phase 2 before having to deal with the hard stuff. But I don't know how to do it. Luckily, it's not bad at all. Maybe we have to kill that part, and then we're good. Yeah, right here. And then we bait everything here. Whew. But the nice thing about in these games, it's not like you're playing like Counter-Strike or something, and you're like trolling by not like picking AK on buy round or something. It's like you can pick whatever character you want, and because even like if you care about the leaderboards, because they're segmented by character, you don't have to always play the optimal. Like I usually always tier 4 in everything, but like you really don't have to in shmups, which is pretty nice. And you're not even like killing yourself by like, oh, let's make sure we get the 1-up. I guess since you're compared by the ships of the same, let's just bomb this. Like if you've seen like Plasma's been playing like Strikers 1999 for a while, but we're always getting that weird slowdown there. And he's playing with like the most dog shit ship ever, and it's fucking awesome. I want the safe spot. I don't have that routed very well. All right, next time we're just gonna do it normally. I'll learn how you safe spot that later. We'll make up for it by not dying on the boss and actually using our bombs like you're supposed to. Like you see Plasmo using like using a dog shit ship, doing like the coolest route ever on it. It's like stuff like that's pretty tight. I've been thinking of picking up Raiden fighters at some point. I asked a bit, and like Chinop was mentioning all of the not slave ships that are good, because everybody just picks the slave ship, and that's like the one ship I find that's like boring. And it doesn't matter because everything's segmented by whichever ship you're doing. I think we died here last time. If you sit in between these, then the AoE from your special shot hits 2 of them. That's how you clear it out fast. Like I did a pretty poor job of killing all of them at a reasonable time. Yeah, Raiden Fighters. Maybe I'll learn that one like in the near future, like maybe next. I found a route I really like. Instead of playing Judge Spear Slave, you just play Judge Spear. I think that's the next bullshit ship after the slave ship. But I'm deciding between that and playing Devastator, because I watched Chinop's run, and Chinopolis' Devastator run is fucking awesome. Like the way that it's routed to speed kill the bosses because you point blank is really good. Yeah, I heard 2's a lot easier. See, we actually used our bombs this time. I was originally gonna do ferry because while I hate the slave ship, I actually don't mind the ferry ship for some reason. But I found it's on Andrew's channel, like Andrew98. He has a Flying Ray replay that has everything I want in a ship in that game. So I'm pretty excited to, like, when I learn Raiden Fighters 2, to use that ship. Because that ship has, like, 6 spread. That ship has point blanking. Both weapons are useful at different points in time. Yeah, there's a lot I like in 2 more. I just want to do 1 as, like, I don't know, I want to do all of them. I found routes for all 3 of the games that I care about. But yeah, 2 is probably my favorite to watch. That'll probably be my favorite to play. Wow, we killed the boss. I wasn't paying attention. I forgot the route. You're supposed to start on the left. We're getting like less bombs back, but that's fine. I'm too much of a bitch to go for picking up all of the energy. But so the strat right now is Raiden Fighters 1. We're gonna do Devastator or Judge Spear. Ooh, I should have bombed there, but I got greedy. Alright, we wait 1 shot. We point blank here. We wait 1 shot. I messed up, but we can dodge here. We're probably gonna have to small bomb. Fine. I'll have to practice that when I do real runs of this game. Okay, I think once these enemies appear, we go to the side. Now we start here, so a few red shots are here, and now we can move around this big enemy shot while streaming everything. I did it wrong, though. That's fine, we'll just get it on the cutback. I'll have to get that section a lot better for later. The 16s, though. I don't know in Jet what the ship of choice will be, but I think Griffin is supposed to be good, which is surprising because it's like slow as fuck, and the slow ships are kind of dick in Raiden Fighters 1. So it'll be cool playing. I'd fuck this up bad. Let's try to live. Nah. I gotta tighten up the route whenever we do runs of this. How far are we from, I think, is the scoring extend 8 million or is it 9 million? I don't quite remember. I didn't know you could still get times 16 when you're not at full power. I guess it's just for that one enemy. Or maybe the chain starts, but because the enemy didn't drop the point items, you don't see a lot of them, you just get the one. Did we not kill that? I wonder if that'll be a problem. Probably not. These enemies aren't bad. They just spread shot everything. What's nice is even though we're the white ship, we still move somewhat fast. Like, Yusuke's way faster. But it's still fine. We'll probably get enough points for the scoring extends. Alright, we're gonna do the same thing. We just kill the dudes in the back. We just sweep by a bit. We just move in pace with the red bullets. Oh, I needed to look for those tanks. I forgot those tanks are where you die on. Now we get, like, somewhat charged bomb. And it's dead. Like, easiest boss. The new remix? I need to look. I didn't know there was a remix collection. I need to look into that then. I know, I've always known there's the Aces version. I always mix up the names Raiden Fighters Aces with Raiden Fighters Jet. It's Jet is the game, Aces is the like 360 version. Oh, that was unfortunate. We bombed on the easy ass part. That said, I don't have a route for this part, so we're just kind of winging it. We got lucky. We got lucky. Our canceled the blue bullets right in front. When you cancel an enemy, it's not quite like Pro Gear, but you do get like cancels on the bullets that are on top of the big enemy. Let's try to fix this. I'll have to practice this game a lot more. Hey, impromptu around the world. I can't believe that worked. We picked the exact spot where we had some leeway between the two waves. Let's cut back now. Oh, I really should have bombed there, but we got greedy. Let's just move up and around. I'll mess with this. I'm so bad at getting the 16s on these. But it turned out good. Hey, we made it. We got 4 lives. I thought this run was dead for some reason, but now we're here. Oh, we don't have bombs though. We're about to Get some bomb energy though, because we're about to eat shit on this boss. I always like this as the first phase. Woo! I didn't know how close that happens. I guess I never got this pattern early. I always got something like this right off, which like, is our rank low? Look how easy this is. Like, we died not too long ago, but like, that's really low. Maybe the second phase will actually be dodgeable. You want to go in this lane? There's so much shit on screen that the slowdown is nuts. And then you move up and down to dodge the bullets that are already in the lane you're in. This one, I think you just dodge. Or not dodge. We didn't bomb though, so that's pretty good. Let's actually try like clearing the game, you know. Maybe we could get the clear on this. That would be my first 1cc on this one. Ooh, I need to... I haven't seen that before. That was like... run ahead. Fucking up completely. Maybe we need to play this in MAME if that's gonna happen. What the fuck? Did it happen again? I really should have bombed there, but I felt confident for some reason. What's next? Oh, it's this one. We got clipped last time on this one. We have so much bomb energy, though. Let's just not die. That would be cool. Oh, there's something about these blue bullets I can't stand. Maybe it's just they spawn so close to the bottom of the screen relative to how big they are. Maybe let's try dodging here. Hey, that kind of worked, but it felt like randomish. It didn't feel like last time. I don't know if that's a static setup. You want to bait these red shots. What? How do we get through here? We bomb. I didn't charge too much because it's about dead. Alright, let's remember how to do this. We're just gonna get to where it rapid fires. This is like the not Remilia Scarlet pattern this go. Maybe we use the iframes to give us some extra leeway. We gotta do diagonal ones now because of how I positioned. Oh, I think we actually have enough resources to kill it. This is doable. Let me focus up, actually. That's risky. You could be way more greedy than I am, but I'm too scared. So here, she doesn't have a bomb shield, but she moves off screen, I think to the like easiest spot. Alright, please don't mess me up. Nice. The blue stuff is aimed, and it's a random duration. Whoa, she teleported again. This is I'm gonna have to mess with this in MAME or something instead, if that shit keeps happening. That's where she screws you randomly. If you pick a poor position, hey, there's a 1cc. That's my first clear of Esperade. I'm not making a video on that shit though until I'm like way, way better at this game. We're just winging it, man. Hey, we got the Rayforce one faster than I thought, and then we YOLO'd this one. That said, I have put a decent amount of time in this game. It's just like, I've never done runs for some reason. It's same thing with like 19XX. I've lapped that game over like 3 times and then just never did runs for some reason. I think I just didn't feel confident in some of the bosses and then something else distracted. Thanks for GG's. Now all we need for the F-Series is Escaluda 2. I've put an ungodly amount of time into Galuda 2, and I still haven't cleared because it's like, I keep switching what mode I do. I started off trying to do scoring. Do Raiden. Yeah, we need to do... I'll throw in a YOLO credit for Raiden fighters. I haven't done it at all other than like YOLOing a credit in. Uh, Voila. I missed. What's the score? We probably didn't get Jack for score because that's not bad. Yeah, we'll try. We'll try. We'll try. I played it once on like. I live in Utah, and any arcade around here, they don't have shmups, but they have like jank ass setups of some Raiden fighters or Raiden DX. Wonder if I have it like. Or we gotta go find it. Let me set that up real quick. Let me go find some Raiden fighters. But I feel like there's no shmups in Utah unless it's Raiden DX or Raiden Fighters 1. Oh, what am I looking for? Looking for some Raiden. I think you need auto fire in this game. That'll be fast to set up as just using auto fire in what do you call it? Rayforce. I'm suddenly realizing I can't do things and talk at the same time. And I have you see here, I just realized you can see it on here. My dumbass has this shit sideways. Cause I think if you put windows in vertical, it like fucks things up. And I got paranoid that it was making the input lag really bad. Oh god. We're gonna try playing. I don't remember you can pick your stage order in a what's the ROM name for Raiden? Or is it like Raiden FG or is it Rai FG? Maybe it's unfortunately I don't have my real Raiden Fighters hardware available to me. I have to go through all these that I dumped of my hardware. All right, what is? Oh, I'm too poor for real hardware. I found some local dudes who have the coolest setups ever. Like they have huge ass arcades of their own. And it's like the coolest thing ever. I feel like an imposter in there because I'm like, hey guys, I just plugged the PC in here. I'm just playing on MAME. But they got they help set up Evo. Like one of the main guys there does like a ton for like the Evo arcade. Stuff like that. And they're constantly like getting cool shit. They also do shmups a lot. Like you probably ran into uh Cave Maniac, a run of his at some point. That's like a really cool dude, and I didn't know that dude was one of these local guys till I saw one of his replays. And then I'm like, I have your run saved. I've saved I forget which one it was. I think it's like a Giga Wing replay. I was going through my replays, I'm like, oh hey, I was about to copy your run. Thought that's pretty funny. Dude, my dumbass doesn't know what Raiden Fighters is called. It's it's RD it's RDFT. Nope, it is not RDFT. That is a different version. Dude, I'm dying. What is this called? It's gotta be oh god. You guys done the you guys messed around with Raiden Fighters? I always thought it was mad sick and I wanted to learn it at some point. But because that game is so like everybody does all of the scoring techniques, I was like I wasn't sure how it would be for survival. Up until I started finding like survival oriented stuff. And because of the fairies which come out due to secrets, and they drop bombs, you do engage in some of the secrets. Doing jet, nice. Nice, so you're right on there. That's sick. The good ass game to be working on. I remember looking up, like I saw Jamers posted a run, and he's like, "So Random Fighters, it's probably one of the best shmups." I'm like, oh damn. I think I found it. But if you, ooh, I think it worked. If you open these for the first time, you get a huge long ass waiting time. But for some reason, we don't have that now. I think it's because I already did it once. I don't know which one's the hardest. I know 2's supposed to be the easiest. But I think 1 is like relatively difficult. Get these beautiful, when every game was doing pre-rendered stuff, like for their openings. A lot of Neo Geo games are doing that. Wait, I need auto fire. You have a charge attack, I think, just by holding button 1. So I think you just have like button 1 auto fire, bomb, and then a charge attack. Then you're all good. This is the slowest I've ever. RetroArch is like dog shit for auto fire. So you have to do some auto hotkey shit. And I think auto hotkey adds some lag, but it's nowhere near noticeable as compared to like if your movement has lag. That's where it's a real problem. If you have input delay, whenever you just move, that shit's driving me crazy in a Site Diojo because it's so hard to get that game to feel good. Okay, I think we're good. Where's Judge Spear? I think this is the second best ship. Oh, I also want to throw in this. Guff. Spray. Clear. Success. Now, I'm playing Random Fighters. Oh yeah, that part's really weird. What I do like about that is that it still takes from your like sub shot. So like in the run I saw, you play a slow ass ship, but then you get the really fast ship at the end with the slow shot, like its benefits. But it is weird because it's like you can just play that ship for the whole time if you really want. And then you don't have to switch because it automatically doesn't or whatever. But I think it's interesting that they went for that. Imagine playing like a... Sorry, final thing. My pause button is on the same exact key that I use for my auto fire. So we turbo fired the pause button. This feels good. I wasn't sure. So I think the whole time for... Oh, since we're on a special ship, it doesn't matter if you pick a laser bomb. You just get this one no matter what. Helldiver seemed like a cool ship. But yeah, you have to adjust to the like whole new... It's a completely new ship now. You get like the Helldiver sub shop, but... Helldiver was one I was looking at. I think I was looking at Shmups Wiki. They're saying something like, I was looking for what the top tier ship is, and I didn't want to play slave ship. Griffins, I think, they're like slow as fuck, but they're supposed to be good. I could be lying. I have no idea. In 2 is good. I think I saw a 2 replay with it. I think I was trying to decide between if I like the... You know what? This is the only time we're gonna reset. The rest we just run it through. I think I was trying to decide between that one and Flying Ray. I think the Flying Ray has everything that I like. Like it's got the spread and it's got point blanking. Anything with point blanking makes me happy. If your ship's good at point blanking, I'll pick that one. I like routing ways to just instantly blow shit up. The charge is fast on that. That's pretty good. I was playing Gunbird 1 not too long ago, so I'm tired of charge shots that take 800 years to go off. You play like Marion or the robot. There's like secrets here depending on how you kill things and positioning that drop stuff. I don't know any of them. I've just watched replays. I haven't actually internalized anything. But this ship is fucked up because it's so fast that you don't have to worry about a lot of stuff. You have to route and get stuck because you just sweep by everything. So this is like second best ship, I think. But the issue with the ship is look at the boss. Or more specifically, don't look at the boss because you can't see the boss. Because the boss is green. You can't see shit on the ship. Like I saw a survival run where they always bomb in one spot. Not because there's a dangerous enemy, but because there might or might not be. But you don't know because you can't see. Because your ship is so fast. Or your ship covers so much of the screen. But I think if that's the only problem with this ship, you still do it anyway. While it's kind of lame you don't have two different shots, most of the ships in this game have two, like their shot and their laser that you pick up. Like one of them is dog shit, and then the other one is the one you use the whole game. So like Devastator, you're like, I think you're holding like missiles the whole game or something. Or like things like that. So you're just using one shot anyway and then accidentally picking up one that like fucks your run. That's something that is nice with the special ships, but you miss out on it. The slave ships have like a super god tier spread, but it's incredibly boring and you're playing as an option. You see these options around, you're playing as one of those. For some reason, that's the line that I won't cross for like boring ships. Like I think you could debate that this ship is just as boring because it's so fucking strong. Yeah, the scoring in Jungle's hell? Oh man. I'm lucky I'm a survival player, because the scoring runs of this game are like nuts. If they have like the secrets per, like the amount of like routing and secrets per second look kind of crazy. So here you're supposed to bomb or like stick your options or something to like block these tank shots so they don't blow up these houses. But if we're playing for survival, we might even be able to sit on top of it. I don't know. Problem is I don't know when it's gonna shoot. This is probably the worst blind play ship because I don't know when it's gonna do a scary pattern or not, and I can't see the boss. But I think in the end, this ship will be busted as fuck when you route it. The scoring seems intense, like in a jet, I imagine too. Like I can't imagine. I think you kill these. I don't know how it works. There's like something like you kill them both, but you kill the right one. I don't know. Yeah, make it. Yeah, I always say, like, going for a scoring run, like, octuples the amount of time you'll spend on a game. Because of how, like, everything is massively more precise. It's just, you can't know what to do. You have to know what to do exactly at every point in time. And execute it exactly. I don't know how fast the invincibility on your bombs is. I also don't know how to trigger the special thing. There's I found a cheat sheet, or more so I got given a cheat sheet on like on the secret mechanics of this game that make stuff easier. But right now I'm not 100% sure on what makes these options go up front, which makes them get hit more. They block shots, but they take damage, so you lose them. What up, Matt? So I was shocked at Rayforce. So I don't have too many of the like pre-Damaku type of games. Like I've done a few of the Rising stuff. And I've heard for a while that like that game's a bit of trouble. So I was interested going into that, and what I ended up learning is that the real danger of that game are the Zakos. But if you have a good route that like nullifies them, or if you have a good understanding with how the Zakos move, it's honestly not bad. So I did my first run doing like a pure survival route, and we made it to the final stage. Like first half of okay, the bombs don't have invuln. I made it the final stage and then game over. And then the next run we cleared with like 2 deaths. So I think if you're just interested in survival, oh, those shoot from the side, so close to the ground. I honestly think Rayforce is not bad. It took 10 to 12 hours, I think. But that's with me fave stating some other guy's incredibly good route. So that speeds it up like dramatically. But I honestly think that game's not bad at all. It's like depends on resources when you pick it up. That's something I'll have to pay really close attention to. So like if you're scared of Rayforce, I would just go play it. Alright, we made is this stage 3? I ran out of coins! Oh shit! We're just gonna credit dump for fun. So like the thing in Rayforce is you don't have bombs, which is scary. And like power loss isn't the worst thing, but it's still a thing. But I think if you are purely going for survival and you have a good route, the only danger parts are like stage 6 and 7. 4 is really scary when there's like a few sneaky things. Like there's a bunch of towers on stage 4 all over the place. And I only found out recently that as soon as you kill those Zakos spawn, but as soon as you have any other enemy on screen, nothing else spawns. So like there's a few tricks on like that make the early stages easier. I'm probably gonna make a video on that one next, since there's like there's hella good like the Jamers run on Icarus channel where they have everything. That's like absurdly good for the scoring stuff. But all the Japanese information or the survival information's in Japanese. So I think maybe that'll be a good one to do like a full video on and just walk through how to make the scary bits not. Because the survival route, it boils down to like there's one scary section in stage 6, and there's 2 scary sections in stage 7. And one of those scary sections in stage 7, or just any part in stage 7, you want to die on anyway. Because it makes if you die at any point in 7, the final boss is brain dead. Like really easy. If you die at any point in stage 7. So it's like easier to die once than it is to no miss. So it's like the hardest parts of the game are fine because even though you don't have bombs, you could just die on. So I was surprised at both the things that made Rayforce hard, which is surprisingly like the Zakos, which have fucked up behaviors. And just the movement speed combined with the Zakos, and that's it. Like, I think it's a lot easier than picking like a Diojo or something up. But it's probably a lot harder than like I don't know what I'd compare it to. It's either slightly easier or slightly harder than Maho Daisakuzen, maybe. That's my only frame of reference I could give that's worth any value. Okay, you don't have invuln at all. These are Raiden bombs. That's something to know. So, I looked up a Genopolis run, and basically my when I was trying to find what I thought was a good survival run for this game, is looking at this exact boss and how they handle it. And how Chinopolis Run kills that boss with Devastator. Like, single-handedly made me want to play Devastator in this game. So, like, I'm still trying to decide on that versus that versus this. Because, everybody spends, like, 2 bombs on that for safety. Devastator just annihilates it. Ah! I need more coins! Here's what we'll do. We'll just finish this off with the Judge Spear. Just to see the whole game, because I've never actually played through it. And then, we'll do like a... Ooh, is that could be a problem? No, it stops here. I think in the replays they, like, just nuke this enemy as soon as it spawns in. Like this. Maybe you do something like that. Somewhere around here is like, I think right here is where you're supposed to bomb for safety. At least I found a full JP commentary guide thing on Nico. Which I've been too lazy to OCR to figure out what it's saying. But they always bomb there, and I think it's just because that pattern's hard to see with how much this ship causes. Yeah, the lock-on system's awesome. Like, I really don't like Xevious-style bombing. And Rayforce is what makes that, like, completely changes it. Like, they figured it out. Ooh. Is the mid-boss with, like, the tank that constantly spawns in the... Oh, use your bombs! The tank that spawns in the turrets on the sides, that shoots the, like, blue balls at you. That one's pretty scary. I feel like on that boss, I feel like I have a good handle on it, but it's still, like... It's a freaking lot going on at once. I've never cleared Crimson Clover, either. Your Crimson Clover, like, your, like, lock-on is so wide that, like, it's way different. But with that boss, like, the stage 6 tank boss that's constantly dumping things, I found the speed kill strat, you kill it before it can, like, it puts out the initial turrets, and then you burst it down, like, either right before or as it puts down the second turret, so you don't have to deal with the cannon for very long. But the, like, Zakos combined with those turrets give so many problems. This part's cool. Any cloud stage is awesome. Boss is cool. I feel like ever since Battle Garaga, everything has like a, what do you call the big ship in Garaga cloud stage? It's like something, is it King Crimson? I feel like everything has that. Which I won't, when I was like a kid just throwing in credits for this for fun when I was like 8, my favorite thing ever was any huge ass ship that you slowly dismantle. Things like the Thundercross ship or like 1943. Shit like this is, I freaking love. This ship is so crazy on speed. Yeah, that tank's nuts. That's why I wanna... I feel like the route I stole deals with that tank really well. So I really want to do a video on that game. Because, like, the survival resources are just in Japanese, I think. There's probably, like, somebody probably has done, like, an English survival guide that I just haven't seen yet. Just to make stuff like that easier. Or things like the Stage 3 mid-boss with all the tentacle arms. I feel like I have a better grasp on that one now. But yeah, that one's hard. I think the hardest part of the game is the Zako Rush. Like, at the very end of the game. Before you get up to the tower. Or the final boss. But the thing is that one's not actually hard because you want to die there anyway. For the rank loss. So it's like, it's not scary at all because you're like, oh, I'll just do as best I can, and then you die somewhere and you're like, cool. Now I'm set up. It's like, I don't think that's as scary as that, like, tank one. For a while, I thought the scariest thing was gonna be the big mech. I think the stage 5 boss. But I got down the timings that make that boss incredibly consistent, and you don't have to dodge anything. Except for the very first spread it does. I'm curious on this boss, do we? I don't be on the side it's scrolling to. I think this is a 4 or 5 CC so far. I'm not sure this boss if it just keeps going until you dismantle all of its parts, or if it's just preset like this every time. It's probably preset because the boat stage with the giant ass bosses. I'm excited to learn how you do this stage. Ooh, I need to learn how these options work too. We got the different formations. Ooh, I am not messing with that pattern. This is one of my favorite shot types they've ever done. Oh, this pattern's really easy on this ship. Like in Viper Phase 1, this shot is freaking awesome to look at, and it's awesome in this game too. But in Viper Phase 1, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage by using this, because the only shot you want to use in that game is the spread shot, because it's an actual riding game. Yeah, the bosses... I got a really consistent way to do stage 6 boss. You don't have to dodge anything. It like speed kills it really fast. So like it makes that one so much less scary, because second phase and even like first phase, if you're just going through, is absolutely terrifying on that boss. I think for survival wise, all the bosses are made so much easier by the fact that like the parts like stun the boss when you kill it. So like the survival runs on the bosses, just kill them all in a way that the boss can't do anything to you. That's why I think if they didn't have that, I think Rayforce would be twice as hard. For survival specifically. I think the game is probably like octuple as hard for score. Like watching the Jamers run and things you have to do to score in that game is really terrifying. And the scoring mechanics are so deep. And like execution heavy. I'm like, my dumbass is just happy just to clear. Ah! There's the 5th credit. And Napalm's freaking tight. It's like one of the most satisfying shot types. That's why I'm willing to forgive it, that it completely covers the screen and you can't see anything. After this run, which is pretty close because I think this is the last one, I'll like link the replay that just completely annihilates the boss. Or if you wanted, like in the clears, we did them here both times. But I even found you could speed kill it faster than like the replay I was trying to copy. That like stops it. It gets to the point where it's shooting like the slow blue star homing shots that like come out and then very slowly like home in on you. I found you could kill it even before that shit happens. This stuff is terrifying. Yeah, blind. It's always fun playing a game blind and then being like, oh man, that section, I'm really curious how they deal with it in a real run. Because a lot of this stuff that's crazy, they like trivialize once you know like the strats. I can't imagine being in an arcade though and just having to like brute force. Just putting in a credit and just seeing what works and then put in another credit, see what works. That stuff is so hard. Yeah, this shit looks mad good. There's something special about Raiden's visuals. Like, it's not even that special. Like the something about like the design itself. Like if you look at like Raiden 1, like it's just modern stuff, just random ass fields or random ass buildings or like gray areas. But something with how they do it and with how they like have feedback on everything. Like everything looks good and feels good to do things in it. I don't know what it is. Cause I was watching like the Shmup Junkie video where they're talking about Konami games. I think there's a timeout strat on this part that I don't know how to do that makes this boss trivial. I don't know how to do it though. But I was watching that and they're going over Trigun. I really like Trigun, but there's something like missing in that game that like isn't missing in... Wow, I can't believe we're still alive. That's missing in like something about Raiden that's missing in like Trigun. That's magical about it, and I can't put my finger on it, but something about Raiden just looks good and just feels good to do things. Until you get hit and eat shit. Wow, I can't believe we dodged that pattern. Probably only on this ship you could do that stuff. Yeah, Jet looks incredible. This game looks good, and the other two look like way better. Dude, I miss school computer labs playing like random ass stuff online. I try to look up stuff, but I can't remember things from like when that was a thing. So I can't find them anymore. Like things like that. Wait, is this the loop? I guess you loop no matter what. This game, I bet this game is harder compared to like 2, but I don't think it's as terrifying when you know what to do. Like, I don't know jack shit of what I'm doing, so things are terrifying. It's just letting everything live. I bet this one's not too bad once you know what to do. So I'm curious at how hard this one actually is for survival. We're gonna do one last credit and just see how far we get in this game. And then we probably call it there. We got through a lot more than I thought we would. And I'm trying to remember, like, I remember playing, like, old Flash, like, Metal Slug clones people made. A Devastator and Endeavor is supposed to be good outside of the OP ships. I remember, like, old-ass Metal Slug or, like, Legend of Zelda clones people would make with the assets. Just Flash games on those. Or, like, there's a bunch of, like, copies of, like, Game Boy Advance Castlevania stuff. Oh, it moves so much slower. Holy shit. Look at how slow we are. Compared to the last ship. I think actually, I don't know, we're just gonna pick missile. I think you're supposed to pick laser for the start of this, and then pick missile forever, and never pick up laser. I could be wrong. I also have to look up, everybody delays picking up the option. I think there's a secret that doesn't work if you have it or something. I see that in multiple games. There's a bunch of sites though that have all the secrets. And I want to try the charge shot. Yeah, that charge is really fast. This would be my second choice of ship to play, just because I really like the Psycho style slow missile that you just get one on screen of or two, but if you point blank, you just instantly melt everything. Yeah, the Endeavor's cool. Like, at least functionally, you got like the flying ray. That's kind of similar. But I always find it interesting when they like omit ships. Because they put so many in and they already have the like art assets. I bet you could point blank in that entire first phase. The missiles do kind of obscure a bit, but nowhere near as much as a Judge Sphere. Ah. But man, I'll have to see if we want to do Judge Spear or this one, just because the missiles on this one are so satisfying to just dump things on. Heli Attack 3, I might have. I need to look up that. I don't remember the names of any Flash thing. I just have like vague memories of what the stuff looked like. That in like yo-yo games for like Game Maker games. Or even before they like got yo-yo. When there's just a shit ton of Game Maker games people are making. Are you on Devastators, Jen? Because I would not blame you. This shit is tight. Every time these missiles hit, it fucking dies. I was looking at, what do you call it? Air Gallet. And the survival runs of that pick missile. And the missiles are slow, and they shoot really slowly. But every time they go off, the whole screen dies. So, like, they just don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot. They go off, and then everything on screen is no longer on screen. Like, stuff like that's tight. I need to do... Ooh, that's sneaky. I need to do, Dragon Blaze at some point. There's a point-blank strats for that, and strats in general. I want to learn the 2-all of, Dragon Blaze. I found a run that's crazy, crazy good with Rob. Oh, we're not going to worry about killing these at a time, except just kidding, we're going to see if we can. I don't think I did it right. I think there's a bomb or something. Hey, that's the only Miculus I remember. The Miculus, whatever. This ship is so slow. I don't mind slow ships too much because, I like memoing. So it's like, you're gonna memo anyway. You're always gonna be in the right spot anyway. But, the difference between this and Judge Spear is fucking nuts. I think when you know what you're doing, you can point blank these boats. I think that's a thing you do. I think you, like, kill the turret here, and then you, like, sit on their ass, and they just die. Woo! This is gonna be a short-ass credit. There's no way we're getting through the boat. I'm a big fan of the soundtrack in this one. There's a couple games where I initially heard the music and thought was awful. So like my very first like 10-second impression of this game and Mars Matrix was that like I'm like it's kind of bizarre and odd. And then you listen to it for another minute and then you're like, nope, this is fucking awesome. Like Mars Matrix especially, like I remember not having a good impression of that game because of the music. And then I actually listened to it and then I'm like, oh, no, this shit's awesome. Like all the Raiden Fighters games, even in Jet, where they have like a different style. I think it's different composer or something. But even that one has good bits. I think I prefer this one and 2 for the music. But they're all like frantic. And the music with like the big ship areas is fucking awesome. Do it. This one will be fun to learn. I already have a route that I could follow for this one. So that'll be cool. I'm stoked to learn this one. There's so many games. There's so many games we want to learn. I need to learn like Galuda 2. I need to learn Galuda 2 proper. I found the sickest possible route for that game. I gotta learn this game. I want to learn Dragon Blaze. I got a 2-all of Kingdom Grand Prix forever ago, but I don't have it recorded. So I want to go back and like, I want to learn Shippu, which is harder, but I've already like learned the easy version. It won't take that long to learn the hard version, so that's what I want to do. I want to do Dragon Blaze. That game looks sick as fuck. There's so many games. I'm gonna somebody in chat give me a number between 1. Give me a number between 1 and 161. Yo, if you want a sick ass run of Dragon Blaze, I got the run for you. Let me see. This is probably cropped all wrong. Let me go find and
Prepare your home.
So there's this Billy replay. But they have it on YouTube. On here if you want to see like the re-upload of it. And this run, if you care about Rob, if you want to play Rob, this run is fucking awesome for survival. Basically, they just stick the dragon at the top of the screen at so many points in the game and just dumpster everything. So that's like the first part that makes this replay awesome. They just have it up here and it's routed so tightly that like you deal with everything fine, and then you laser whole waves of things at the top that are a problem. So like and then the other really good thing, but mostly they only do in the second loop, but you can do the same exact strats in the first loop, is that they just speed killed the living fuck out of every boss. So like, here's a random one. Let's see if they... It's just, you bomb and you just keep popping raw. Bam, first phase is done. Fuck it, just bomb its ass. And it's fucking dead. So I'm really curious on what the 2-all would take. Because this is routed so well for survival that all the hard sections get like bombed and just annihilated by Rob. And like annihilated by the magic. The only issue is that they quite literally use every resource for 2-all specifically. Like they get to the boss and have no resources because they used everything. So I don't know if that's going to make the run frustrating because any mistake is a problem. But it makes all the sections easy, so maybe it's not a problem. And then like what I think the move is, if you care about just 1-all and want to play like a bitch like me, is you copy the first route, the 1-all, and then you use the second loop bombing strats to just annihilate the bosses. Because you're floating like 9 bombs in this route. I don't know, that's just a route I've wanted to learn. But yeah, somebody give me a number between 1 and 161. I have a giant-ass list of runs, and I'm curious about... Oh man, did my chat, has it frozen like this the entire time? I gotta be paying more attention. Oh man, it was on. Let me see if I missed anything. I like sorry if your stuff got cut off because I had it on top chat and not all chat. It might have lopped some off. I don't know why it defaults to that. It just cuts off people for... Anyway, I've been compiling things I like. Oh shit, that's one we want to do. Alright, here's what I want to do. I want to do Futari Black Label, and I want to do every difficulty. Because I found a sick as fuck route for original Black Label. A sick as fuck route I've been wanting to do for forever. For God mode. And then I found a 1.5 Maniac route I want to steal because it's pretty much the same as Black Label. I'm like, eventually, oh, there's so many games. There's so many games to learn. This is why I play for survival. Because otherwise, we are forever uh, not going to be able to get to everything. All right, I'm going to call it there. We got the Rayforce clear. That was cool. We got that in 2 runs. Uh, we got a S-Raid run in 2 clears. I don't plan on making a video for S-Raid until I really know what I'm doing in that game, because I kind of was just going along with the flow and then bombing the shit out of the last boss. Right in fighters is gonna be cool to learn. But yeah, thanks for everybody for tuning in. I appreciate it a ton. Good luck on all your runs. Good luck on Dragon Blaze. Good luck on Rayforce. Good luck on Raiden. Thanks a bunch for tuning in. Appreciate it.